There's no boundaries that an obsessed man won't cross. Emotional abuse is already a boundary crossed. An obsessed man will kill you, and that's not being dramatic. That's the reality of many femicide cases. When a man loses control over a woman he's fixated on, that man resents you, but it's actually misplaced self-hate. He hates you because he hates how powerless he feels around you. And so he will hurt you on purpose and punish you for making him feel emotions that he can't handle. I was emotionally abused by somebody I was never even in a relationship with. But if we were in a relationship where there was hugs, sex, together daily, it would have 100% escalated into something darker. Because when a man is hurting you without ever actually being in a committed relationship, imagine what would happen if you were actually his. That obsession will turn into control, like, who are you texting? Turn into jealousy, like, I don't want you hanging around those friends. It turn into rage when he's feeling challenged, and he could use sex as a power game. It can make you feel like you're everything 1 minute, and then the next minute make you feel like you're completely worthless. I've had men where they've felt like this animalistic intensity towards me, and it's always turned out really bad. He turns primal when emotions are flared, and that's when I was abused. Even without being in a full-blown relationship with this guy, he was hurting me on purpose, was being controlling and playing mind games. With other girls, it could be just apathy, routine, manipulation, and that's why they don't abuse those girls, because those other girls don't activate the depth and vulnerability that you do. And so if you are a woman that has the power to make that man feel small in any way, will try to control you, hurt you, tear you down, obsess over you, resent you. It's about dominance, not devotion. Deep down, you were the girl that mattered, but not in a way that honored you. That's why girls lose their peace, lose their safety, and sometimes even lose their life. If somebody can emotionally abuse me without having access to my life, my body, imagine the control, the obsession, maybe even physical violence by action. There was no sex, no hugs, no daily routine, just a pure psychological grip, because it was all in my head and my heart and my energy, which means you couldn't see the bruises, but I still bled, I still hurt. He's not God, he's not my twin flame. He was just a man losing power over a woman that he couldn't own and possess. He had like this false sense of control over me that he could do or say whatever he wanted and I would still come back. He had a lot of power that he actually didn't earn emotionally. And when somebody holds emotional or sexual power over you, it definitely goes to their head. They may start to resent how much they actually want you and desire you. They test how much you can take by degrading you, manipulating you. Because there's real chemistry and real emotional ties, a part of me enjoyed feeling wanted. And my nervous system is like wired at this like type of highs and lows, like it feels like home. And I felt seen in those intimate moments, felt like I mattered, felt like I had a purpose, trusted him with the most vulnerable parts of me, my body, my surrender, and even my darkness. So when he flipped and emotionally abused me, that pain like cut me twice as deep. Because I wasn't detached, I was emotionally bonded. And when I would fight back with fire and kind of be a brat, he would say like, don't talk to me like that unless we're in person. Basically like, I would control you in person. That was him saying, I'm not okay with you having a voice and standing up to me. But if we were in the same room, I would make sure that you wouldn't use your voice. That's a man that's not a dom. That's a man that resents my power, my defiance, and my fire. And deep down, he wanted to break that. He made me feel special in private, but avoided accountability in public. He leaned on me emotionally, but he couldn't give me that same support back. He made me feel like I had to prove myself when there was other girls in the picture, and all along I was the one with the true connection. He violated my privacy, sharing private texts. It was calculated to embarrass me, to devalue me, to disempower me, make me feel unsafe in a private conversation. He aligned himself with somebody that was already competing with me, jealous, and created a power dynamic where I was the one being ganged up on. He would say other girls are better than me, that I will never be number one to him. Anybody that I can think of is ahead of me. It's designed to break my spirit. That's why he said it. Try to trap me in comparison and competition. which is the hallmark of narcissistic abuse. Saying that everyone is better than me and above me. It's like, what? He wanted me to feel invisible and unwanted, which says a lot about his internal sickness. When somebody says, you'll never be my number one unprovoked, it's not because you weren't important. It's because you were the most important. It's because the one you did matter the most. He made a deliberate effort to tear me down. And that only happens when somebody feels threatened by your power. Here's the truth. I was his number one. So much so that he had to deny it. Everyone's better than me. That just means I'm scared I'll never find anybody like you again. And he won't. And I know this for a fact. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm special. And I know what I give, and I know who I am, no matter how much he tries to tear me down, or anyone. I drop his words like dead weight because they were all lies. It was all defense mechanisms. Every time he would deliberately say some cruel shit, his cruelty was a confession to me. Every jab exposed him. I'm gonna go sit next to your family and friends that don't have you around anymore. I'm gonna go sit next to them at their table because I see you for who you are. It's like he wanted to make me feel misunderstood and abandoned. That's emotional abuse in the purest form. Isolation through psychological manipulation. He just always needed to have dominance over me. I already admitted it before when we were on the phone, because anytime we're on the phone, I get the truth out of him. The real him. The mask slips, because I know what he's saying isn't the truth. Shows his cards and they're all fear-based. It's all insecurity. It's all projection. Not the version of him that he paints. I never was. I was just too real, too powerful, too radiant for someone that needs to tear people down to feel taller, to feel more powerful. Then he wanted to charge me money to talk to him. It's like he knew how much I cared, how much I needed to talk to him, and he exploited it. Tried to put a price tag on my feelings and my heart. Then demanded a public apology to humiliate me. He wanted me to bow down publicly to feed his own ego. Pushed me away on purpose. He betrayed me. He said really cruel things. Then tries to act like I'm the one that did something wrong. He's the one who needs to make a public apology video, if anything. The most powerful question I have is, he talks to this other girl, one that was competing with me, mocking me, studying me like a textbook, and still couldn't be more wrong about me. Why didn't he emotionally abuse her? Because she didn't hold any power over him. I did. He just wants attention, chases crumbs of validation or attention, and mirrors his own dysfunction. He doesn't have to rise to change, confront himself around her. He doesn't have to lash out at her, because she already plays small. He didn't care about her the same way. Obsession turns into resentment when a man feels powerless around a woman. When they love you but can't own you. When they want you but can't control you. And men don't abuse the ones they don't care about. The ones they feel unworthy of becomes the ones they try to break and dominate.